What up, my nerds? And today I'm going to answer the question of what ting up Guan with the Fiio FT1. I don't know, I've just seen a lot of people giving these a lot of love. There's two different versions. There's this one, the closed back, and the Pro, which is an open back, and they're very different. I think the Pro one is a planar magnetic, and this one's dynamic. They're both called the FT1. I can't afford to buy both. I've gone for the closed back. Closed backs are normally more interesting to take a look at. Open back, it's just a driver and a enclosure. So we're going to do a little design review. We're going to open this up, have a look, see what's inside. Just a little, bit of housekeeping. If you're expecting to see a review of the sound, this isn't it. Go to another DMS, something like that. They would have done a much better video than I could possibly do, looking at graphs and the sound stuff. What I'm going to do is a design review. Have a look at how they're built, how they're put together. See if I can see any tuning that they've done, anything I can learn from how these are built. Obviously I'm going to have a quick listen, but as far as I can tell, everyone's loving these. They're going to sound fine. What I'm interested in, what's inside the thing. So let's get these bad boys open. Hey, cellophane. It's like weird. On the back there's virtually nothing, and then just down here, note, the product will probably be upgraded. Pictures are for reference only. It's a weird thing to put on the back of your box. I don't know. You design the box without knowing what the product's going to look like. Right. Stickers. Is this going to come apart? I've ordered the lighter coloured one, the beach, because I've got a clever idea. I'm going to customise these, make something cool out of them. But yeah, it's going to be a couple of weeks because I've got a cunning idea. Come on, release the shmoo. No, come on. Why so difficult? It's like one of those Chinese finger traps where the harder you press it, the tighter it grips down on the box. Woo! Sorry, Lisa. Sorry. There we go. This is why I don't do professional unboxing videos. I can't get these. Rubbish at getting stuff out of the box. Right, cool. Oh, look at that. That's quite a nice case. That is I like the finish on that. So yeah, so you get a nice case, which is good. Seems like it's all cardboard packaging as well, which is my thing at the moment. So yeah, other than the cellophane on the outside, this is pretty much plastic free. It's good. It's good. Like, the headphone industry is ahead of the game on this. So a lot of the companies now are ditching the plastic, which is good. Like, obviously this is a synthetic material, but this isn't a single use item. The case you're going to keep for a while, aren't you? Floop. Ooh. What? Did you ever? Genuinely, I've just opened these, and that is how they arrived. That is not cool. Ah, what? Oh well, I'm giving them -1 for durability. I'm a sad panda now, and these have been sat under my desk for a while, so I'm not even sure I'll be able to get a warranty. What's it on these? But oh well. That sucks. I was gonna pull them apart anyway, but I want to have a listen to them in their unmolested form, and this is it. So there. So your thingy may vary. Mine has come pre-disassembled. I think it's actually snapped. Hold on. So we're like, no, that's snapped. Mother flipper. Right, sorry, I'll stop moaning now. Anyway, the Fiio FT1. I think I might have found a problem with their design already. Right, let's plug them in. See if I can just hold them onto my ears and have a listen. Yeah. Goddamn. Oh, they come with a balanced cable and a single-ended cable. That's nice. You know, if you get a pair that isn't in pieces when you get it, that's nice. Buttocks. Right, I'm gonna go and get another cable. I don't want to, because I've got to send these back. I'm not gonna open those cables. If you don't want me to just be super sad about having broken headphones, like and subscribe. Sad times. Right, cool. I've got a cable that should fit here. Oh, that's good. Our focal cables fit perfectly. I can add that to the list of stuff they fit. Goes right in the hole real nice. Right, okay. Fancy cable check. Plugged into fancy amp. I'm just going to have a quick listen. Obviously, I couldn't tell you what the clamping force and stuff is like because the headband is broken. Whoa. Well, as you'd expect, they sound fine. Like they've got good bass extension. The bass does drop down really low. They're not boomy, which is very good for a closed back. Often you get, you know, if you've got bass extension, it often gets a little bit boomy with closed backs. But these don't suffer from that. If anything, the mids are a little bit forward, you know, a little bit upper mids, kind of treble forwards, not too sibilant. Yeah, overall, pretty good. Like, not a very exciting sound, but nothing wrong with it. It's pretty good. Sounds pretty flat. Maybe upper mids, there might be a little bit of something there, a little peak or something there in the upper mid region, bit in the treble, but yeah, for a closed back, pretty good. So we're going to do a little design review here. We'll pull them apart, see what they, as you can see, they came pre-dismantled, but we'll open these up, have a quick look, see what's inside. Let's have a look. So I'm going to pull the pads off first. Actually, why don't I do it on the ear cup that's already fallen off? It's like a month of my random headphone budget has just gone on a broken pair of headphones. It's upset me. I've not had any Fiio headphones before, and it's not a good experience so far. But that driver, whoa, look at that. That's a big driver with some kind of, looks like a natural fibre, like a paper or something like that, driver. But yeah, it's a big old driver. If you give me a moment, I'm just going to get some tools. We'll get this apart. Yeah, it's quite interesting. I don't know if you can see down the screw holes. There's fabric covering those up. So I'm going to have to pierce through that to get those apart. This is deeply disappointing. Oh, you've got sprung ear cup. That's quite cool. You don't get that on a lot of headphones. That's quite a nice little feature. Why have they used such a weak screw? Why have they used such a rubbish screw? Yeah, it's like a tiny little, like 2 or 3 mil diameter to hold the ear cap on. I can't believe it's arrived broken. Like, the box wasn't damaged, the case wasn't dented. It's just broken. It's just probably come like that for the factory. Not cool. So it is a T6, which is good. A lot of headphones use T6 screws. I don't know what it is, but that seems to be, like Sennheiser and Beyerdynamic both use T6 screws in a lot of the headphones that we pull apart. Wow, these screws are tough to undo. Definitely won't be offering modified pairs of these. Yeah, they got little fabric covers over the screws. So yeah, I know James was pulling apart a pair of very high-end headphones that had that the other day, and he was saying how nice that is. Yeah, I think they might have glued and screwed. These screws are really tough to don't want to come out. Alright, cool, we're in. Right, so initially I'm looking at this. You've got some kind of acoustic silk around here, so that's pretty nice. Nicer than paper. You know, you normally see this on higher end headphones. The actual stuff, it's all put together very nicely. Look, so you got the paper around here, acoustic silk there. Again, massive driver. I don't know what size that is. If I got a thingamabob here, let's have a look. So that is roughly kind of 60 mil driver. That's big for a headphone. Like 50 is pretty big. So you can see they've poked out a couple of holes here for tuning. You've got silk over the back of the hole on the driver. The driver it's got Fiio branding on it, so it's their own driver. It's all glued in. This is very rigidly made. Lots of support all around the driver to keep it rigid. Like, this is a nice piece of work, this baffle here. So yeah, so it's very rigidly built, and the fact that they stuck the little fabric dots over the screws, that's a nice touch. They've got a board here where the driver joins onto the socket, and again that looks like it's all glued in around the outside, so it's all sealed up nicely. It's an angled driver, as you can see, so it's at an angle. So yeah, and these are marked, this one's marked right, so they'll be left and right. Inside the ear cup, got a little bit of damping material in there. You can see here's the inside of the wood, so they kind of rough machined it in there because it's a bit cheaper. You don't need the great finish that you've got on the outside. Here's the spring for the spring loading on the headband. Like, these are all metal parts in here. This is metallized plastic, this outer bit. The mesh is metal. Again, inside you've got material around here to help seal it. You've got like a foam gasket to help seal it all in properly. It's nicely put. It is a nicely put together ear cup. Let down by a tiny weeny screw, which is obviously just not strong enough. Sorry, I haven't got my calipers down here. But what is that roughly? That screw in there? Yeah, so it's only like 1.5, 2 mil, the actual diameter of the screw that's holding on there, and there, especially with the metal, like this is metal, that's metal, and you've got quite a lot of levering force there, I would have thought, and it's just sheared off. The one that I've got is sheared off before I even opened it, which is very disappointing. And again, this is marked with an R, so this piece must be left and right as well, which is surprising. I would have made that symmetrical because it could be symmetrical and it's going to save on mouldings, but you know, obviously they're making so many of them, they can have 2 moulds rather than 1 mould, one for left, one for right. This all seems pretty good. Like that's a chunky, that is nice. You know, there's, you know, it goes toe to toe with some pretty high end stuff. The quality of the plastics on that, yeah, that's constructed really nicely. Clicky mechanism. Let's have a look. What's that like? It's got a subtle click. It's quite interesting. I'm going to see if I can get in there and we'll see what's in that bit. No, can't get in there. Not without breaking it, and I have got to probably send these back. Oh, I really hope I can send these back for an exchange, because I had some cool plans for these. But also now I'm not so sure, because like, I don't want to make something cool and then just have it fall apart. Ah. I'm normally not, you know, I've had some very cheap headphones that have been fine. I suppose, you know, I've just been unlucky. But also the fact that can happen says that there might be, this screw might just not be strong enough to hold this together properly. Headband design, pretty good. So you can see it's a little bit like the newer HD 600, 650 pads up there, and they've got the gap in the middle where people have that tendon that goes over their head. You've got angled pads, they feel quite nice. Again, they look like a lot of the Hi-Fi Man ones with this material here. But yeah, they've kind of a memory foam by the look of it. Yeah, pads seem pretty decent. You know, pads these days are getting a lot better than they used to be. But yeah, those are pretty good. And if you wanted more bass, you could probably get something with a solid panel there rather than a kind of mesh panel. That would probably give you a bit more bass. So it's difficult because I really want to like these. Like, the ear cups put together brilliantly, and if I designed this, I'd be super proud. But I would be kicking myself for this hinge arrangement here. It's just not good enough. It's literally a weak point. It's such a beautifully made thing. You know, I love the metal mesh there. All these metal parts inside the spring-loaded thing on there. You know, I've got some Aria Organics £1,000. They don't have that on there. They should have that on there, but they don't. Yeah, so they've done some nice stuff. It's just such a shame that they're let down by one tiny weeny little screw there. And I really hope they update that design. Like, I don't know. I think I've seen one other person. I had a quick look on Reddit, and I saw a picture of someone with an ear cup that had fallen off, and I thought, nah, it looked like the screw had just come undone. I'm like, that's gonna happen. You know, screws sometimes come undone. But a snapped off screw on a fresh pair, it's not It's not good enough. It's not good enough. I'm disappointed. So anyway, let me know what you think. Apart from the fact that they're broken, these seem like really nice headphones. Yeah, I hope to get these exchanged, and I might do something cool with them. But now I've seen the weakness here, I'm not so sure. But anyway, sorry to end on it. It's a bit of a downer. I was very excited about this. I thought this was going to be a good, exciting video. I was kind of found it a bit of a downer. But anyway, whatever the state of the headphones, it was nice hanging out with you guys. It's just us. It's just you and me. It's a very small channel. Probably is just you and me. But anyway, have fun. I will see you guys again.